In the month of May, I made $13,647.09. Let's dive into what that is made up of, what all goes into that, and the full breakdown. I have my laptop here and I'm going to just read through all of the analytics and I'll pop them up on the screen so that you can see where I'm getting these numbers from both Etsy, and then I also get a lot of these numbers from Profit Tree, which is my favorite way to just at a glance quickly see my profit for my print on demand shops. So to start with shop one saw $16,080.28 in total revenue. This was a pretty big jump from last month in April, and I attribute that to Mother's Day sales. Sometimes people say Mother's Day is like a second Christmas because of the amount of sales that do come from it. So I'm not really surprised by that. I didn't really do anything different strategy wise. I haven't listed anything new in this shop for quite some time. So this was just working off listings that I already had and already had some momentum behind. Overall, just the breakdown of my cost of goods, I spent $6,531.80. I had a little over $2,000 in just Etsy fees. If I add them all up, shipping $1,907.35. For ads, I spent $1,821.07, all in all, bringing my operating profit for shop number one to $5,911.59. Now for shop two, this shop actually saw a little bit of a decrease in revenue, which I'm also not surprised by because I have been incredibly busy and I've been kind of soaking up the end of the school year, and my son's in his final little stretch of kindergarten, which is like so sad, but I've been doing things with him. We're kind of getting ready for summer, getting ready for summer camp. That has meant that I'm not listing a ton, but overall, I'm still pretty happy with the results of this shop considering I wasn't very active in it. Overall, I had 1,107 orders, and the total revenue over on Profit Tree, you'll see, is $29,890.88. I spent almost $13,000 in my cost of goods, a little over $3,500 in Etsy fees if you add them all up. Shipping, this is one of the most costly things in this shop, $4,860.67. Spent a good bit on ads, $2,833, and overall this brings my operating profit for shop two to $7,735.50, which all in all brings us to that operating profit of $13,647.09. I only ever share these numbers just to show what is possible with print on demand, but by no means do I ever want anybody to take away from this video that print on demand is an overnight success and that results like this can happen for you in the next 30 days. That's just not realistic. This took a lot of early mornings and tears and blood. Well, there probably wasn't any blood, but nonetheless, it took a lot of effort to get it to this point. And so I kind of want to break down if I were to lose it all, if these shops just vanished, they were gone, poof, off of the face of the earth, what would I do if I was starting from scratch? Day one, day two, day three, and hopefully give you a little bit of structure and inspiration to follow a roadmap and work on your print on demand business, because I'm assuming that's probably why you're watching this video. Before we get into the details, here is what I want you to understand. It is not about doing everything perfectly. It is about doing everything consistently. Consistency is also not to be confused with intensity. You do not have to be churning out a million bajillion listings, creating a million bajillion designs in order to be successful. Quality over quantity. And what I want to map out for you in this video is going to really hone in on being consistent, not intense, and having a really high quality foundation to build from. That is the one takeaway that I would love for everybody to have and take from this video. There is something that I heard Alex Hormozi once share, and I think that this is the pinnacle of what I'm diving into right here. And he says that when a individual learns about a new opportunity, they enter this phase of uninformed optimism, and they are excited about the potential that they see in a new opportunity, but they don't know all of the details about it quite yet. And so they're excited, but they're also uninformed. With time, as that individual dives into this new opportunity, they become informed and pessimistic because they're learning about all of the things that they need to do in order to actually see the results that they were once excited about when they first learned about the opportunity. opportunity. And this is where most people quit. The unfortunate thing is that people will stay in this loop of uninformed optimism. They learn about the next new thing, they become informed and pessimistic. And if they never break out of this phase, they will continue in this loop over and over and over again. And I personally feel the main way to help you get out of that loop is to stop the crazy rush of the uninformed optimism phase, where you are just cannonballing in and doing absolutely anything and everything, because that leads to this extreme crash and burn that leaves you wanting to quit. So let's talk about days 1 through 3. This is where we are going to take our time and get everything set up properly. So what we are going to do on days 1 through 3 is we are going to set the stage, set the foundation. I want you to pick your product type. I want you to also start doing niche research. There are 2 main ways that I encourage you to go about this. If one, you have a product type that you are most interested in creating for, I encourage you to research niches that are selling in that product type. You can jump onto Etsy, just type in the product that you are looking to sell and just look at what is in the search results. I like to use Everbee because I find that it's a lot easier to sort through the search results. Specifically, I like to go to the product analytics and go over to the right and filter by shop age. I want to see if I can find new shops, and also I'll filter sometimes by listing age so that I can find new listings. And I want to find the most successful new shops and new listings. Ideally, if it's a new shop and a new listing, double whammy, win-win. But the reason that I like to do this is because they are finding these little small opportunities that are actually leading them to growth. And I think that that can be a really great source of inspiration for you to find an avenue that's going to work for you in the product type that you're interested in creating. Now, on the contrary, the other way that you could go about this, you might have a specific niche that you're passionate about and you're not really quite sure what type of products people for that niche are actually purchasing. So instead of typing the product type in the search bar, I want you to type in the niche, and you can filter by these same things. Look at new shops, listings that are relatively new, and get a feel for what types of products are being offered. Another thing that I like to dive into with Everbee is actually looking at when the product has been selling. If it's a newer listing, you're not going to see a ton of data here. However, if you are finding listings that are older, 6 months, 12 months, or even older than that, you can actually look at this graph and set it to the time frame that you are looking for. I personally, if it's a listing that is older, I'll just set it to all time so that I can see exactly the times of year also that this product is selling. This is super helpful, and I try to have products in my shops that are going to cater to all of the different spikes all throughout the year so that I have sustainable, consistent revenue. And that is truly what has gotten my shops to the point where they are very consistent in their revenue, which I think if anybody is wanting to start a print-on-demand business, the scary part is the fluctuations. You want something that is going to be relatively consistent. Also, I do just want to mention that I do have a discount link to Everbee. So if you are curious about trying Everbee and wanting to use it, please use my discount link. That way you are getting 50% off. You get 50% off your first 2 months, I believe. So definitely grab that discount if it's something that you are wanting to try. Now on days 1 through 3, I want you to dedicate 15 minutes to this research every single day. It can be more than that if you wish, if you want to, but it doesn't have to be, and it can't be less than that. So you have to do at least 15 minutes. By the end of day 3, you should have your actual product type and first niche that you are going to pursue locked in, not by guesswork, not by what you think, but by actual data. Now, days 4 through 10 are all about building your daily routine. This is where the magic happens, but it's also where a lot of people start to feel a little bit discouraged because it's going to feel slow. Every morning, I want you to continue your research. That same 15 minutes of research that you were doing on day 1 through 3, I want you to continue this. This is going to continue to build your creative muscle. It's going to help you understand what is and what isn't working. And this is something that you won't realize is actually helping you until weeks and probably even months down the line. But this little bit of research that I want you doing daily is going to compound over time, and you are incrementally going to become more of an expert. During each of your research sessions, it's important that you are making notes of what you are observing, specifically if there's any repetitive keywords that you are seeing being used in the product type and niche that you are most interested in. Be sure to note that, because those are going to be keywords that you are going to want to consider using in your title and tags. I haven't done a complete SEO video on my channel in quite some time. I do have a free SEO course that you can grab. It's in the description box below. It's called SEO Kickstart, but I'm thinking about doing like a full updated YouTube video on SEO, how I do my SEO, how I encourage you to do your SEO. If that's something that you want to see, comment SEO down below. It's a whole topic, so I can't really get too nitty gritty with it in this video. This is just like the bird's eye view overview, what I want you to do. But when you are doing your research, be sure to make notes of keywords that you are going to be using. After you've completed your daily research, you are then going to be creating your design, sticking to the product type and the niche that you did your research on. It is so much easier to create a design from SEO than it is to do it backwards and create SEO for a design that you already have. This is why the research is so important. After you create your design, you are going to upload it onto your product, use your keywords from your research, put it onto Etsy, and then you're going to take a step away. Yes, I don't think that you need to upload multiple things in one day. In fact, I think it's good to take a step away, come back the next day, and be consistent. Consistency is not confused with intensity. This is what I want you to do every day from days 4 through 10. And by the end of day 10, you should have 7 new listings in your shop. Days 11 through 20, we're going to call reading the signals. We are going to continue compounding the efforts that we've been making on days 1 through 10. So we are going to continue that daily research, continuing to create one new design, one new listing. And now by day 10, we've kind of gotten a little bit more comfortable into that routine. So on day 11, we are ready to add another task onto our plate, which is what I'm calling reading the signals. And this is where we're going to do a little bit of data collection. At this point, you are not looking for massive sales yet. You probably don't have any sales yet, and that is normal. That is okay. Sales are like the end domino that is going to get knocked down. We need to focus on all of the other dominoes first, and that all starts with just getting views. So we want to look at these 7 new listings that we have so far on day 11 and see, do any of them have any views yet? Even if it's just one view, that is a view and that should be recognized. These signals are going to be key in how you can improve in the most efficient way possible. If there are specific designs that are getting more views or even favorites than others, that is a telltale sign that, hey, something is clicking over here, something is getting attraction over here. How can I create my day 11 design to be more in line with what I'm seeing starting to work the best? If on day 11 you have no views, that's also okay. You are just adding this new step into your routine where you are going to be looking at your listings, collecting any information that you see. Did any listings get any new views by day 12, 13, so on and so forth? And again, that is going to just help guide what you might be creating next. If you don't have any new views, that's okay. Just keep creating, keep doing your research to inspire what you are creating, and keep reading the signals. I don't want you to change your niche. I don't want you to change your product type. Just keep creating in the same lane and staying focused. And now we are on days 21 through 30. This is what I'm going to call momentum. At this point, you really should feel pretty established in this routine, and it might be becoming a lot simpler for you. You might be a little bit more efficient at creating your designs. By now, you should also have over 20 listings in the same niche on the same product type. And you might even be starting to see some patterns on which types of designs are seeing more views or any favorites. If you even hit one sale in these first 30 days, congratulations to you, you get a star. But if you do not, you are actually the majority of people, and this is the most common scenario. As a brand new shop, it can take time for your listings to even start to find their way into the search results. This is normal. This is because there is competition on Etsy, and competition isn't a bad thing. Competition means that there's something worth having there. There's money to be made there. Don't let this discourage you. Where you are going to break through is by staying consistent. This is not where we become informed and pessimistic quit, and then find something new in 2 months from now. In order to beat the informed pessimism, you have to break through it, and consistency is the only way through. This process is the exact formula that I followed when creating my second shop, and it worked. This is also the same process. It's what I kind of like to call the rule of 5 1s. It's a strategy that I teach in my full course, Plan, Scale, Profit, and it works for a lot of the students. Just saying. So I'm hoping that this is going to help give you a little bit of structure. Map this out on your calendar. Put what you are going to be doing on days 1 through 3, 4 through 10, 11 through 20, 21 to 30. Map it out so that you have a visual, something that you can follow and stay consistent to. I am rooting for you. I believe in this process, and I believe that those who work it, it will work for them. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. I feel like this was a little bit more casual, just kind of sit down, chit chat. I didn't really outline this video like I do some others. I just wanted to talk to you about what I recommend. And if you like this style, definitely let me know. If you hate it, don't let me know because I'm sensitive. The next video that I want you to watch is this one. It's going to walk through my entire Etsy listing workflow. So as you are creating your listings and adding new things on days 4 through 10 and so on, this is going to go deeper into what that process looks like and how to come up with your listing images and all of the details that make a great listing on Etsy. I will also have all of my free courses, resource tools, all in the description box below, so be sure to check them out. As always, I hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.